Working with arrays and slices is actually not that difficult, but we did learn a bunch of very important concepts over the last minutes. And hence it's time to practice what we learned. Attached you find this practice.go file, which contains a pretty empty, Go code file, just with the main function and main package, but which also contains a lot of instructions that allow you to practice what you learned. And as always, you can then go through my solution lecture to compare your solution to mine and see how I solved this. Now, in this exercise here, I want you to start by creating a new array, very important, an array, not a slice, that contains 3 hobbies that you have, any hobbies of your choice. So create such an array with an appropriate length and value types being stored in there, and then output that array in the command line. In task number 2, you should also output print the first element and just that element, and then also the second and third element combined as a new list. So you should also output these pieces of information. In task number 3, I then want you to create a slice based on the first element of that array that contains the first and second elements. So start at that first element, but make sure you also contain the second element. Now, very important, I want you to create that slice in 2 different ways. So in the end, you should create 2 slices, though you can comment out one of the 2 approaches so that you're left with 1 new slice in the end. But create it in 2 different ways because there are different ways of selecting the start or the first element of an array and so on. Also output that new slice once you're done. In task number 4, I then want you to reslice that slice from task number 3 and change it such that it contains the second and last element of the original array. So don't create a slice based on the original array itself, but create a new slice on that existing slice which you got from task number 3, but change it such that it's the second and last element instead of the first and the second element which it was before. And then also print that updated slice. Now in task number 5, you should create a brand new array, but a dynamic array, and therefore it's maybe not really an array. You learned what you'll need. And that should be a dynamic array that contains your goals that you have for this course, and you should at least add 2 goals into that dynamic array right from the start. Also output that array thereafter then. In task number 6, I want you to overwrite the second goal in that array which you created in task number 5 and set it to a different goal, and also add a brand new third goal to that dynamic array. So that's what you should do in task number 6, and then output that updated dynamic array. And then I got a bonus task for you. A bonus because you'll need to do something which we haven't done before. I want you to create a product struct, that is something we did before, which has a title ID and price. And then you should use this struct to create a dynamic array, a dynamic list of such products, at least 2 products. And then I want you to add a third product to this existing list of products. Again, that is something we haven't done before, so maybe you find a way of achieving this. Otherwise, I'll show you how that works in my solution.